let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Mike.
It's the final game of the regular season, Greg. It's time to look ahead for most teams.
And for some, that's looking towards the playoffs, right? Others, it's looking to the offseason, but don't look too far down the road just yet. We've got a game to play.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Hero out there with Alec Burks. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Herter. Outside, White. Pass to Buzelis. To the paint. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
And so it's Burks bringing it up now for Miami. Last time they met was in Miami.
Yeah, in that one, the shot selection wasn't terrible, but they had to tighten it up. It did not happen.
Seems like they did all they could, and sometimes it still doesn't go your way.
Now here's White, following the miss by Bam Adebayo. Just 5 on the clock. And Herter gets it to go. And staying a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group. But it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
And here's White, following the three from Alec Burks. Yep, that one goes in there.
You got to commend the concentration White showed there. He doesn't get thrown off kilter easily.
Pass to Burks. Back to Hero. Rebounded by Vucevic.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
And here is Giddey. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Herter on the wing. Fires the three. And Ware pulls it down. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. They trail by 1. Pass to Adebayo. Now Burks. A three-pointer off the mark. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Billy Donovan gave me a few minutes. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Thank you, David. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Burks has got 7. For Chicago, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Pass to Herter. High post Vucevic. Here's the teardrop. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Hard to stop a powerful guy like Vucevic cold. He gets through the foul and gets it to go.
Bulls shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
Chicago making a switch here. Smith has checked in. Andrew Wiggins checked in for Miami. Free throw drops for Vucevic. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Chicago leading. White looking around. Pass to Smith. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. Fade away. And Ware pulls it down. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Burks can't get it to go. Bulls have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Here's Herter. Vucevic up top. He's guarded by Adebayo. Vucevic dishes to White. 6 on the shot clock. And he uses the glass on the layup. White's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, as a guard like White, you need to score inside. Force teams to respect you everywhere.
Adebayo against Smith. And Wiggins throws it down.
Verticality gives Wiggins the upper hand, almost unstoppable once he's midair.
Burks against White. Picked by Vucevic. Unloads. Miami grabs the miss. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
I like their aggressiveness in that one. No one's going to give you anything. You've got to go out and take it.
Well, those are the kinds of performances you hope carry over into some momentum for this.
Now here's Herter. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Herter, no good. Outside, Hero. Shoots the 3. No good, shot missing. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Bulls lead by 2. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Now the Bulls with it. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another, really the story of the game.
Yeah, they just committed too many mistakes at both ends. But credit their opponent for being disruptive.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. We've got Terry. Patrick Williams is out there with Buzelis. And it's Smith, and it's Ball in at the point guard position. Smith sets the pick for Ball. Here's the drive, and Ball slams it in.
And I just love the aggressiveness from Ball. When he's driving to the hoop, he's ready to attack the rim at will.
Now, here's Mitchell. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. Hits it from three-point range. Mitchell's got his first 3 points of the game.
And he gives up some size on that play, but the defender fails to close the gap.
Well, that's the best way to neutralize that size advantage. Make him defend out on the perimeter.
It's good. And the Bulls lead by 5.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Love outside. Love with the screen for Anderson. Driving inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu, was a big part of what we did in Orlando.
Yes.
Was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Zach Collins checked in for Buzelis, and Talen Horton-Tucker subbed in for Terry. He makes 1 of 2 that time. So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about Heat culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization, is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part because they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever, and that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
Here's ball. Following the basket by Kyle Anderson. Missed inside. Miami trailing. Here's Jaquez. Mitchell passes to Anderson. Over Collins. And there's another one for the Heat.
Well, I'll bet Anderson was hoping to find more penetration, but good work by him making the most of what he could get.
Smith sets the pick for Williams. Carter against Mitchell. Carter kicks to Smith. Just 5 to shoot. The 19-foot shot, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Carter's got his first points of the night. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Vucevic checked in for Zach Collins. Kevin Huerter comes in for Jalen Smith. Whitey's checked in for Carter. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Ball. And a new group in for the Heat. Ware's checked in. Bam Adebayo comes in for Jaime Jaquez. Alec Burks checked in for Robinson. And it's Tyler Hero in for Davion Mitchell. Now Hero, a 20-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia. Here's Adebayo, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. He stands from 15 feet in. Not many players more dangerous in this NBA than Bam Adebayo.
No, there's not, Kevin. He's got the total package when he gets in the mid-range area on down. He can shoot the mid-range jumper above the rim to finish. He can score with his back to the basket, and he's an outstanding passer.
And we haven't even mentioned his defense, right? Because his defense is off the charts.
Always an all-defense consideration. I don't know any coach who wouldn't love to have a Bam Adebayo. His versatility and commitment to the game are just outstanding.
And he can't hit the second. Hey, Coach, one area the Bulls can struggle with, defending the outside shot.
Yeah, Kevin, they've been very poor the last few seasons on that front. Not closing out, missing assignments. It's strange because they were once elite in that regard under Donovan.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Huerter. High post Vucevic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story. Now here's Giddey, following the miss by Bam Adebayo. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And, Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And, Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city, plus he's already got a street named after him.
Free throw good, Herter. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And, Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
Now, here's Burks. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Vucevic's screen on Burks. It's blocked. 1:06 left to play here in the second quarter. Hero passes to Adebayo. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to go on Buzelis. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
One shot.
Free throw good, Adebayo.
And attitude plays such a big role in Adebayo's game. This guy is a worker. Doesn't mind getting his hands dirty if it means getting his team ahead. And we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Larson. White with the defensive effort. And so White will bring it up for the Bulls. Pass to Buzelis. Herter with it. Drives to the hoop. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Here's Hero, and it's blocked.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
And just running the offense. White's that new breed of combo guard who can do a little bit of everything.
And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Hero. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Bulls. They're up by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot, guys. Kevin, how did you find success as a team scoring in the first half?
We're moving the ball again offensively. A lot of guys are touching it, trying to look at mismatches. We found a play in an action that was working for us and kind of just kept going to it.
If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? Thanks for your time, man. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly, But first, a glance at how the Eastern Conference standings are stacking up as the season winds down.
When I look at Miami, they've clearly taken a step back as a franchise. You hate to see that. But something isn't right with this team. I don't know if it's personnel, the coaching. They're going to have to make some changes in the offseason.
Let's switch gears to the Chicago Bulls. They're in a tight one after the first half.
Well, they've been the more measured team, passing up good shots for great ones.
Yeah, they've been aggressive, but also disciplined. That's a sign of good coaching.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. They've got Adebayo. Alec Burks is out there with Tyler Hero. And it's Larson in at the 3 spot. You know, Stan, it is great to see Kobe White put it all together.
It sure is, Kevin. This guy hung in there with a great attitude, even when he wasn't playing as much as he wanted to. He's still growing as a player, knocking down shots. His confidence is sky high. His approach will take him a long way.
I got to believe as a coach, that is incredibly satisfying to have that kind of player.
Yeah, it really is when you have a guy like that and he just keeps getting better.
And that one falls for White. We see coaches, Stan, willing to pay fines for complaining about the officiating. I'm having a hard time thinking if you ever did that. I'm going back in my Rolodex here. Did you? Did you ever do that, Coach?
I mean, Kevin, I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars of fines in the NBA. Yeah, my wife was not real happy about that at one point, reminding me early on that we had 4 kids we were going to try to put through college, and she told me one year I just gave away 2 college educations.
Oh, goodness. Here's where, scoreless thus far. 4 on the clock. Here's Hero. Rebound by the Bulls. Vucevic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Giddey. Now Buzelis. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. Buzelis has got the lead up to 8 now for the Bulls. Burks with it. Back to Hero. Adebayo with a screen on Giddey. Shots good by Hero.
And this is simply what Hero does, finding and making shots.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. This break gives us a chance to see the league's best fast break teams in the second half of the season. They've really ramped up the energy. Number 1, the Bulls.
You know, the NBA season is a marathon, but the way they played since the break, man, they're running a sprint. How about that transition offense?
Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That consistency and continuity really helps, and this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through.
Miami shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, I always try to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I've just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. 5 to shoot. Back to Adebayo. Shoots over White. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it. Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Bulls have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Buzelis. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
Now, Hero. It's rebounded by Giddey.
Not a great start to this second half. Just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
And White kicks to Vucevic. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. It's stolen by White. To the middle. Now, Buzelis. He's got 10. The shot comes out. Hero against Giddey. There's the triple. Miami no good on that time either.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
No coverage that time. Herter's got the lead up to 11 now for the Bulls. Here's Hero. 6 points for him. Pass to Adebayo. And here is Hero. From downtown, gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hero's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, there's the answer from Hero. One of the best from three-point range in the league.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to talk to his guys. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Collins checked in for Vucevic. Smith comes in for Buzelis. Williams, he's checked in for Kobe White. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Kevin Huerter. Pass to Giddey. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Shot by Collins, no good. The Heat trail by 8. Mitchell looking it over. Now here's Adebayo. He's guarded by Collins from deep. The shot by Adebayo, no good. Chicago's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Smith with a screen on Mitchell. Giddey the pass to Smith. And there's the big-time jam. He slams it right over Mitchell.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Pass to Anderson. 1:07 left in the third quarter. He's looking for Wiggins and finds him. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And Adebayo throws it down.
Well, Adebayo's going to go after that offensive board. He is relentless in his effort.
Ball against Mitchell. Now Collins. Pass to Giddey. Back to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Now, here's Mitchell. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Adebayo with the bucket.
Yeah, that tweener proving no problem for Adebayo.
Robinson against Giddey. Over Robinson. Giddey, no good. Anderson outside. Inside. 4 seconds left. And it's Robinson with the jam.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
Throw good. Robinson. 1 second left. It doesn't go for him. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Bulls lead by 5. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Williams is out there with ball. Then it's Collins. Then it's Jalen Smith. And it's Phillips in at the 3. The Bulls leading by 5. Ball kicks to Smith to the wing on the left. Phillips, the pass to Smith. Banked in off the glass.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
Ball against Mitchell. Down low, shot clock at 6. Highsmith's shot is off.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
And the basket is good. And the Bulls lead by 9.
And I love how Ball accepts the contact on his way up, not allowing it to alter his shot.
Mitchell passes to Wiggins. Hits the jumper in space.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now, here's Ball. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Misses from short range. Wiggins outside. There's the pick. Over Ball. Mitchell outside. The Heat need to get a shot off. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Well, when Jaquez is hitting threes, it adds a whole nother dimension to this offense.
And it's Williams with the ball for Chicago. They've led by as many as 11 points. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint.
And that one falls for Collins.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. And so he makes both from the line.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Hero passes to Ware. Pass to Adebayo. Hero with it. Giddey defending. That is good. And the Bulls' lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Hero.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. Vucevic checked in for Chicago. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. He demanded something of his guys. He said, I'm not satisfied yet. Are you? You've worked hard, but we need to keep piling it on. Don't give them any hope. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Now here's White. Here's Giddey. It's hauled in by Hero.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
And at this point, Tyler Hero's used to hearing his name in just about every trade rumor that comes along, Stan. I would assume that's got to be a little disconcerting for a player.
It probably is, Kevin, but give him a lot of credit. It never seems to bother him, at least in terms of affecting his play on the floor. He still puts up big numbers. He plays with great confidence. Tyler Hero's an outstanding offensive player.
That's good from Hero.
Well, what you have to love about Hero is how confident he is. Some of the shots he takes and makes demonstrate that to a T.
Both good from the line that time.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
The shot by Buzelis, no good. Miami's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Back to Hero. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Bulls have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Buzelis' shot is good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pass to Larson. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Adebayo. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Wow. Adebayo showing some leadership there in a big moment.
Here's Herter. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. Giddey's got his 5th assist in this one. Hero against Giddey. Floats one up. It's rebounded by Giddey. Chicago leading by 4. Right down low. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Herter.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Now, Hero makes it off the glass. Hero's got 11 in the second half.
Well, they're right to trust Hero in these moments. He's a very reliable scoring option.
From 11 feet away, and it's Vucevic. That time on the assist from Giddey.
Big Vooch with a big bucket. That is clutch.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 5. And he is unable to get the second one.
Every point matters in a game like this. We should remember that in this free throw when it's all said and done.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Hero is so confident. When he's looking to score inside, he does not back away from contact.
Good on the first, and that trims the lead to 6. And Hero drops them both.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
To the inside. And now we've got the intentional foul. Out to White. The 3. Burks pulls it in. Here's Larson. White covering. Adebayo. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And the defense gave him no space. He had to fade back. That's not an easy look for most guys.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
And as long as they can keep doing that kind of work at the foul line, this lead will be safe.
And the Heat call time here. They're trailing by 7. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. Hero from long range. Again, the miss by the Heat. And here are the Bulls now. They've led by as many as 11 points. Giddy with it. And so it's Chicago winning this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks a lot. Nick, how did you guys get this win tonight?
We were really good on defense, and then once we get stops, we're very good on offense. We got some easy ones. We just kept grinding. We never let it back in the game, and it felt good to get this one tonight.
Great performance by you guys, Nick. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports.